Hello folks, welcome back to another walkthrough video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Roleplay Menu by Paylune. This is purchasable over at www.paylune.com. First and foremost, to open the menu, hit F10. Of course, that is configurable in the actual resources config.json file, which is found in the RP resource folder. So you can change that if it conflicts with another resource of yours. However, that is the default. Here we have a bunch of different things like emotes, stances, props, object interactions, expressions, walking styles, scenarios, and then some vehicle controls as well. And then also a big reset stop in case you want to stop what you're currently doing. So over in the top, you can go to emotes, look at a couple gestures. So here's like peace signs, face palm, for example, kind of works as expected. You can hit stop emote or X on your keyboard to stop the actual emote from playing. Stances, in case you're doing some DOJRP stuff, for example. Here's like a hands up, actually go on your knees. Here's a kneel, a hands on head, and then like a guard stance if you are role playing a cop. Going down to props, here's like a notepad and pen for taking notes. Here's showing a badge. Go down to like tech, here's like a phone, a tablet. Here's like a radio that we're just holding. Food and drink, coffee cup, donut, burger, beer bottle, wine glass, all the things. Smoking, just have like a classic cigarette. Plays the animation as well. Great. Bags and cases, we have a briefcase and a suitcase. And then in tools, we have an umbrella, a bouquet, and then a toolbox. So all things that can be pretty useful doing an RP scene, just a bunch of different props to play with. Where things really start to get cool is in objects. You can actually spawn objects to create a scene. Here I have a limit of 16 objects placed. However, there's different permissions for 32, 64, 128, infinite, just all the options available. Here I can like have, some furniture placed. So here's like a wooden chair, for example, that you could place down. There we go. I have my other laptop running that. Okay, cool. Here's like a metal chair. You can hit R to rotate, Shift R to rotate the other way, place those down, kind of however you see fit. Like a fridge or something like that. Like it really doesn't matter. The sky's the limit. You can see my object's place is going up. This limit is here by default to stop players from lagging your server, which is great because you can give everyone access to these without having to worry about your server performance being hindered. So you can actually click on an object to remove it as well. That's super handy. Alternatively, there's a /delgun for admins to delete items. And when you delete an item, it says who actually placed it, which is going to be pretty useful if you're doing moderation or someone's spamming things where they shouldn't be. I'm going to turn /delgun off. Of course, in this menu, that delete gun is also available. So yeah, this is quite cool. There's just tons and tons of stuff you can do in here. Like you can set up like additional yield signs, for example. Like roadwork sign. I don't know, a bunch of barriers and cones. There's a ton of options in here. Like barrier tape. Here's a good one, right? So there you go. In addition, here we have some interactions. So if you're another player nearby, I can't show this right now because I'm the only one on the server. You can do certain things like picking them up, for example, interactions like that. Expressions, here you can change your facial expressions, given your character supports it. And here, if I stop talking, you see some of these differences here, but not. So here's some walking styles. So here, if like I'm walking normally, if I pick a drunk walking style, you'll see like I kind of walk slowly in this like drunkardy fashion. So that can be pretty good for RP. Go back to normal. And then scenarios. So here are classic ones like, maybe you're sitting at a computer and this looks kind of goofy without a chair being here. But the whole point is that you could kind of use these anywhere, sitting on a ledge, sitting on a chair, on a bench, or even like on the ground, for example. This should be a little bit better because there actually is ground. Here standing, you can do like a guard scenario, just like this, good. Wall leaning, like security, torch like that, like whatever it may be. There's a bunch of different ones. Like here's drill, so if you do like a bunch of RP related to like public works, whatever, leaf blower, like mechanic maybe. There's even like a weld in here. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, welder at the bottom. That's pretty cool. Um, and then going down to vehicle options. So if I just spawn myself in Adder real quick, I should have the dev command. There we go. When you get into a vehicle for the first time, it's going to be added as an assigned vehicle for you. So if I get into it, pop up. There we go. And here you can do a bunch of different things like toggle the engine, lock the vehicle, roll down the windows, open the hood, kind of everything you'd expect from like a vehicle menu. And here you can clear your assignment as well in case you don't want that vehicle anymore. So yeah, that's about it for the roleplay menu. As far as a summary goes, it's basically everything you would ever want to roleplay out a variety of different scenes. Really, the sky's the limit, especially with things like object placement, all the different props available in scenarios and whatnot. If you have any other questions, feel free to reach out on the Paylune Discord server.